All right, let's do this. All right, legends, thanks for stopping by. I am Justin, probably known as Jubbo, and I've started this channel, Wheeze to Steeze, as a bit of a motivator for me to get surf ready for an epic surf trip we've got planned in Indonesia. Now that gives me about 8 weeks to get surf fit, paddle fit. It's gonna be hard, man, because I'm well and truly overweight and I don't have the fitness for it. So hopefully this is a bit of a motivator for me to sort of document the journey, to see what can actually be done if you really sort of put your mind to it, and also to keep me accountable, because I know exactly what I need to do to get fit. I just don't do it. I get sidetracked with work. You know, I start eating shit food, timing's wrong, then I go and binge and then put all this weight on. Like, I'm the heaviest I've ever been. Like, you know, last time I weighed myself, I was 113 kilos. And that's, I'm about 110 now. So I've done my first in-body scan over at VitaFit. I've dropped about 3 kilos so far. So essentially what I need to be doing is at least a kilo a week. And that's pretty full on. Like, it's potentially unachievable, but I'm gonna eat extremely clean and train pretty hard to see how I go with it. So I got my notes anyway, just so I can go through it. So first of all, we're going on this awesome trip. So there's about 6 of us going, I think. A few mates are teeing it up, and we are flying out to Indonesia, and we'll be going to the Mentawai Islands. So apparently it's a hot spot for just epic surf, and like, you're in the middle of nowhere, so I can't wait. So it's gonna be 2 weeks. We're going to 2 surf camps. First one is going to be Roxie surf camp, which is beachfront bungalows, that sort of stuff. Got a nice break out the front. And then for the second week, we're going to Macaronis Resort, which is a little bit further north, but it's an incredible looking spot. You know, you got world-class breaks out the front. You go do fishing, exploring, like, you know, they got pools, bar, all that sort of good stuff. So it's gonna be a nice chilled leg of the trip. For this particular thing, the actual goal is to lose about 10 kilos. I would like to do more. I'm currently sitting at 110 kilos. All of my boards are for pretty much when I'm sitting around 95. So ideally I want to do 15. It's gonna be nearly impossible to do 15 kilos in 8 weeks. So it's gonna be a bit of a test to see whether or not, you know, I can actually pull this off. So the waves over there at the moment is absolutely pumping, and it's way out of my comfort zone. First up, I need to be able to be fit, have the paddle strength, also the stamina. If I cop a wipeout or whatever else, I need to be able to function, hold my breath for long enough and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, there is a bit of risk involved in my current shape, but I want to try and get as fit as possible to be able to survive that. I mean, if it's too big, I'm not going to go in it. Like, the biggest sort of waves I've ever been is around about the 5 foot mark. So that's probably head high, just on head height. Yeah, I might be looking for the kiddies corner or something like that, so I don't end up on the news about being drowned. I'm going to cover stuff like foods, what I eat each day, when I eat each day. It'll probably just be stories over on the Instagram page. I'm also going to run a YouTube channel, which is going to have these sort of longer vlog style things, and also just general, you know, share how I'm booking things, where we're going, what I'm taking, what I'm packing, anything you sort of need to prepare for one of these. Like, there's a bit of resource around for it, but like, I'm a, you know, an intermediate surfer at best. I don't go on these epic surf trips all the time. We just pack the boards. I live in CQ and there's absolutely no waves up here. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not I'm going to be able to nail it over there. So yeah, we'll talk about food, what I'm eating, what I'm doing for training as well. So at the moment I've been swimming quite regularly, just trying to put like a kilometre on at the pool each morning, and sort of do a little bit of CrossFit style training. Also doing some Muay Thai PTs, which is great for cardio as well. But once I start sort of easing back into training again, I've been sedentary for a little while, so I need to start ramping things up in the next week or so, just while I, you know, ease back into training. And the other thing is too, is like about mobility as well. I do digital marketing and video media work, and I am frequently sitting at a desk, and like my hips, glutes, hammies, like everything is just sort of bound up. So from sitting at a desk all day. So each day I'm going to go through a mobility routine too, to sort of, you know, a surf specific one, to make sure that I'm moving as best as I can and avoid injury over there. And everything else in between, I suppose, just for my love for surfing. So this will be more of a surf specific Instagram channel. So, you know, we've got some beautiful spots up here in CQ, like Yeppoon, Farnborough Beach, where is our go-to for surfing. When it's all blown out and on shore, we go to Emu Park to just, you know, bash around in some grovelly waves. And if we can get up to 5 rocks, I'd love to do some of that. But we need to get into some bigger waves. Like, we never get surf up here. Like, The biggest, you're probably getting about 3 times a year you'd get decent swell. That's going to make it very difficult to get surf ready for a place like Indonesia. Probably just going to pack the boards in the car and just go to Sunny Coast, Gold Coast or whatever, just to try and get some hours up in the water. But anyway, enough rambling from me. If you like anything to do with surf, or whether you want to see whether I can actually pull this off, that'd be awesome. So the main goal is to be fit, nice and healthy for the trip, and get my first overhead barrel. I can't wait for it, man. It's going to be so stoked if I can pull this off. I'm going to work hard for it. All right, so if you want to follow the journey, jump on board. Would love to have you along, so see how we go.